What It Takes Radio Company brings you another Interesting Ideas. That's right, we're back finally. Interesting Ideas. And today we have a real interesting idea, and it's from Help I Will. Help I Will. What in the world could that be all about? Well, we'll find out, because could all business be show business? And maybe you need to be a real character. Sounds like some stories there. Let's go. Well, once again, greeting, ladies and gentlemen. And if that's not a description, we hope it's your aspiration. And here we are with interesting ideas, and we're going to combine it not only with some interesting ideas, but also hopefully a sense of humor and a little bit of a sense of urgency, because my friend Gary is back, and this is going to go not only on my platform, but then on his I Will Help platform. So Gary, quickly review for the people who you are and what you're waiting for. All right?
All right. Well, I'm Gary Register, and I've been on the LVAD, which is a pump attached inside my heart that pumps my blood. So instead of just sitting around waiting to do nothing, we started the LLC to help the people out west, and also to get the shots that I need to get the hepatitis C shot, which made me sick as a dog. But anyway, I now will be next, really close on the heart transplant list. So this is something I had to have. So here we are. I've got a driveline that's infected. I just finished up with the antibiotics, which made me dizzy as I don't know what. But
And he's kind of dizzy to begin with.
oh yeah. Yeah, that's what my wife says anyway.
That's right. Well,
yeah.
yes, Gary's a good friend. We've actually met, and that's part of what we're going to talk about, at a Friday breakfast where a bunch of mostly old guys, but it's got some younger men, hopefully, keeping us on our toes for an organization called the New Canaan Society, which is men and Christian faith. Business people. There's no prophets or priests or kings in there. We're all just guys making a living, and we talk about helping one another and sharing our faith and having a good time.
And we certainly do.
And we do. Well, that's what we do, and we have there, and this is right what I want to talk about today. The word character, has three meanings. Well, it has more. First of all, a man or woman of character like Gary. He spends his life helping people. He's a good man. He's helping people. He has good character. We say that person has a good character. Well, then the other role sometimes is character. That's a role that you have to play in life. I mean, you're in the drama of life, and you have a particular role you have to play. And if that's the case, they say that's the character you have to play. But then there's kind of a combination of somebody that they're just a real character.
Oh, yeah.
They're a lot like Gary. They're a little bit eccentric. They're a little bit crazy sometimes. Gary, here, instead of just, sitting around waiting for the heart attack or waiting for the heart pump, he's been out doing all kinds of things and helping people in the situations, and he's been doing that most of his life. So, and he's the third definition. He's a character too, as he wears these crazy hats around, and he's quite a performer. Well, we have a special lady who usually waits on us on Friday, right?
Oh, yeah. And she is a character.
And she is a character. And her name is Pam, and she works for a farmhouse restaurant here in the Raleigh area. And she gave us permission to do this because what she did, and she applied for another job, down on the coast, because she could be in the coast. And it turns out she applied for a job at at a rather strange restaurant that is known for having rather unusual people in the serving capacity, you know. And so she shared with us a letter she wrote. Now, keep in mind, this is the best way to apply for a job. Not to send your resume, but to send a nice, entertaining letter and have other people as references. You know, think about that. To send a
Now,
letter and then, as I oftentimes say, a resume, a boss doesn't care what you did in the past. He wants to know, or she wants to know, well, what are you doing now? And how can you help me in my future business? That's what they want to know, the fact that you graduated from high school 50 years ago, may not interest them, you know. So this is the letter she wrote. And Gary, you remember it, right?
oh yeah,
Oh, here it goes. She says, "To whom it may concern, we," and it's got these people, "we are writing to highly recommend Tammy, currently a server at Farmhouse Restaurant, for a position at," and we'll leave it blank because we don't want to embarrass
yeah,
them, right? Okay.
okay,
uh, Tammy is an ideal candidate for your team as she naturally embodies the unapologetic, blunt, and sarcastic demeanor that your establishment is known for. Tammy is unflinchingly direct and has mastered the art of delivering the type of intentionally rude yet somewhat hilarious service that your customers have come to expect. She has a unique ability to engage with guests in a way that keeps them entertained, often leaving them wondering about her sharp remarks and her bold attitude. Her personality aligns perfectly with the deliberately unconventional dining experience that is part of blank, which you are known to provide. The good news is it comes naturally to her and she will need very little training. And that is absolutely true. Yes, she's just full of it, isn't she? It's
yeah.
fun and funny and
And the people she serves actually wrote the letter. They got
yes,
together and they all put what
that's
they
right.
thought was her qualities
Yeah.
to for this job. So
And she's funny. She always knows what we already ordered, and sometimes like that she remembers our orders, remembers we know what we like, and she and there's one guy that said, "Well, what in the world's wrong with you?
yeah,
You out of money or something? You can't afford it." you know. Uh, but then you say, beyond her personality, Tammy is an efficient, hardworking server. She handles demanding shifts with ease, keeps orders running smoothly, and ensures that customers enjoy themselves despite or because of her playful abrasiveness. Her ability to toe the line between good natured sass and effective service makes her a standout in her role. That's right. She's a performer, isn't she?
yeah, and very good. She's it's amazing. Yeah,
And we tell people, remember, all business is show business. First of all, you got to show up. you know, our federal employees are learning that. You got to start showing up. Secondly, it is a way that you show how good you are. And thirdly, it's a way for people to be treated as an audience, not just as a customer. You know, that it makes them smile. I said, good marketing always makes people smile. So Tammy is not only skilled, but thrives in an environment where she can let her personality shine. And that's true. I'm confident that she will be a valuable addition to your team, delighting guests with her signature brand of no nonsense service, and no doubt will leave a lasting impression. If you have any questions or would like further details, please do not hesitate to contact us. And there is a whole list of signatures
Yeah.
people from the restaurant who signed the letter. What a smart way to apply for a job. Have people who are customers or know you or appreciate you to sign a letter on your behalf, even if you're not doing it kind of like her. But think about that. This doesn't get tossed in the resume file. you know,
No, it's very humorous, the
and it
letter.
gets noticed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought we'd point that out, and we told Tammy that we were going to make a video about that, and
Yeah.
she wasn't sure we'd do it, but we're in the business of keeping promises, right?
Right.
That's because
And never giving up either.
and never given up. Yep. So we just simply wanted to do that, but here here is the strange part. And this might say something. And we have Gary has a hat for her at this next breakfast. Okay, suppose well, put it down. I'll tell a story. Okay, the hat says, as you saw, overqualified. After that wonderful recommendation, she got a note back saying, "Well, we think you might be overqualified." Can you think of anything more stupid to say to an you say, "Well, you know what? I heard your heart doctor is overqualified, so I'd like a lesser qualified doctor."
Yeah.
I in my 30 years of performance coaching, I've heard that people say that you're overqualified. My answer is that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nobody is overqualified, and why wouldn't you want them if they were? You want somebody who's underqualified? And what I tend to think that probably somebody said, "Oh my goodness, she's so good. Maybe she'll take my job," something like that. Because there's no such thing as overqualified. Let people decide. If they're good at what they do, offer an opportunity. And if it's too simple for them, or they're not challenged enough, they'll let you know. But if they're really good at what they do, hire them. and
Yeah.
and so we're going to start calling. We're going to start giving her a name next week, and you got the hat for it, right?
Yeah. The overqualified hat.
we Gary loves to make hats for people, and so we're going to give her the hat to wear in her sass, which says overqualified.
Qualified. And she's a little bit of a prankster because one day I got early there and I said, let's do this. When you come and stand by me, I'll nod my head and you just write down what I usually have and say, okay, I got your order. And so they were all sitting around the table and she walks over there and asks what my order is. And I nod my head and she says, I got it. But nobody else knew that we were going to do this, which was kind of funny. So
Well, that's what makes it a
that's her.
fun
Yeah.
experience, and actually, sometimes there was this very nice young woman who was waiting tables, and she had her name on and thing like this, and obviously she was a nice looking young woman. I'm sure that in that particular establishment she had some people come on her a bit, and so I just said to her, kind of as a joke, I said, is that your real name or is it a stage name? And she says, you got it, it's just my stage name. When I'm at work, this is my name. So, because she's playing a role, she knows that. So that was fun, wasn't it? But
That was very much fun.
that was
So
fun.
I'm breaking the hat in for her.
That's right. He's breaking that. And you're overqualified too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Well,
you never do it. This was her lifelong dream to go to Myrtle Beach and live there. And she knew she needed to have some type of a job there. to to do it. So um, that's what all the guys got together and
Sure.
women. They all got together and wrote that letter. And they said, "Well, we're going to give you a reference." So they didn't. They, in order for them to send it, they got the address. They put it in a sealed envelope to the person that was on the restaurant and sent it to them because they didn't want them to think that she had written a letter.
Yeah. Right.
So these are just a bunch of guys and ladies that
That's
have
right.
breakfast every morning and enjoy each other, and we
And
enjoy
and you
her.
take care of take and like I said, it is one of the best ideas, and obviously the organization somebody will hire her somewhere because she's so really good at what she does, but she has all the roles of character. She is a
Oh
character.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, well,
and
Beth.
she
Yeah.
she also cares about are her people. If you got something wrong with you, she'll walk up there and she says, "How you really doing? You know what?
Yeah.
What do you need?
Yeah.
And it's just great." She says, "I know you were in the hospital. Are you back? Are you good? Where are you at on the heart transplant list?" So
Yeah.
she's very personable, and if you ordered anything that's a little different, she'll go, "You're mixing it up today." I said, "Well, life can be boring." So
Yep. That's Pam. That is Pam's Restaurant's star
yeah.
performer, overqualified Tammy. So
So I encourage you to go there and eat. It's
yeah,
great food,
yeah,
and
it's a good small family restaurant. You know, the kind of restaurants we should always
yeah,
help
local.
stay in business. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
run by local people for local people, and it's a good place. Well, that was fun. Thank you for being part of the show.
No, thank you. I
And
enjoyed it.
we're our thoughts and prayers. Obviously, what I've told Gary is that I've got his red hat. I have a little. It's an old-fashioned prayer stool that we got years ago in Holland at an old church that was falling apart, and so right on that prayer stool we have a little red hat, and that reminds me every time I go by there to whisper a little prayer for Gary because he's like Wizard of Oz. He needs a new heart,
Yeah.
and we're praying that that will happen soon.
And when it happens, it'll be the perfect heart. It'll be the perfect time, and God's in control. I definitely am not. So
That's right. That's right. And and in your situation, you really know that. And by the way, uh, he might he is the man who really depends on batteries, right?
oh yeah, yeah. And I got a generator at the house, so
He
if
got a
the power
generator.
goes out,
That's
I
right.
won't just nod off, and that'll be the end of me. So
That's
yeah.
right. Well, we'll have you back, and all the best and blessings to all of you. Reach out to me if you want more information. And if you'd like to contact Gary, I'll pass it on. Reach out to me. Remember, it's Stan Houston at gmail.com. Stan Houston at gmail.com. And if you'd like to know more about Gary, there's his website, helpiwill.com.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that the greatest selling, why he was so good at sales, rather than trying to just sell his stuff, which he was very good, his question was, how can I help you?
And
Even
what do you want?
and what do you want? And even if it had nothing to do with the insurance he was selling, if they asked for help, you would help them or try
Yeah.
to.
And if I couldn't, I'd find somebody that could. So
That's exactly right.
yeah. So you
So
never
that
give up on people.
yeah, that's why he's one of my heroes in life. And so I wanted to make sure that we told his story. So, hey, again, stanhouston at gmail.com or helpiwill.com.